Ireland is an island in the North Atlantic. Ireland is also known as the Republic of Ireland, is a country in northwestern Europe occupying 26 of 32 counties of the island of Ireland. The capital and largest city is Dublin, which is located on the eastern side of the island. Around 40% of the country's population of 4.9 million people resides in the Greater Dublin area. The sovereign state shares its only land border with Northern Ireland. It is separated from Great Britain to its east by the North Channel, the Irish Sea, and St. George's Channel. Ireland is the second largest island of the British Isles, the third largest in Europe, and the 28th largest on Earth. The geography of Ireland comprises relatively low-lying mountains surrounding a central plain, with several navigable rivers extending inland. Its lush vegetation is a product of its mild but changeable climate, which is free of extremes in temperature. The Irish climate is influenced by the Atlantic Ocean and thus very moderate, and winters are milder than expected for such a northerly area, although summers are cooler than those in continental Europe. Rainfall and cloud cover are abundant. Temperatures do not vary much in the island, however, the western coasts are milder in winter and cooler in summer. It rains sometimes in Ireland, but long showers are quite rare. The mild climate makes every season suitable to visit Ireland. In summer, the average daytime temperature inland is approximately 18 degrees Celsius. The southeast part of Ireland generally gets the best weather, that's why the Irish call it the sunny southeast. In 1973, the Republic of Ireland joined the European Economic Community, while the United Kingdom, and Northern Ireland, as part of it, did the same. Irish culture has had a significant influence on other cultures, especially in the field of literature. Alongside mainstream Western culture, a strong indigenous culture exists, as expressed through Gaelic games, Irish music and the Irish language. The island's culture shares many features with that of Great Britain, including the English language, and sports such as association football, rugby, horse racing, and golf. There are often notable cultural differences between those of Catholic and Protestant, especially Ulster Protestant, background, and between travellers and the settled population. Due to large-scale emigration from Ireland, Irish culture has a global reach, and festivals such as St. Patrick's Day and Halloween are celebrated all over the world. Irish culture has to some degree been inherited and modified by the Irish diaspora, which in turn has influenced the home country. Though there are many unique aspects of Irish culture, it shares substantial traits with those of Britain, other English-speaking countries, other predominantly Catholic European countries, and the other Celtic nations. In early Irish history, the citizens dined on meals of potatoes and buttermilk. In fact, potatoes were so prominent in the Irish diet that during the early half of the 18th century, the potato was the primary source of energy for the Irish. That slowly changed, and now the Irish have a more extensive food culture. The Irish have a rich diet of shrimp, salmon, vegetables, soda bread, cheese, and roasted meat. Some popular dishes include the boxty, the full Irish breakfast, called cannon, Irish stew, barmbrack. A boxty is a dish made with seasoned potato cakes that are very much like pancakes. Boxty is usually served with roasted meat and vegetables. The most popular of these dishes is the full Irish breakfast, which is made up of eggs, bacon, sausage, black pudding, fried vegetables, hashed potatoes, soda bread, tea, and milk. It's seriously a meal that keeps you full for the rest of the day. The full Irish breakfast can be reserved for the second meal of the day, which is called dinner, served sometime between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. Ireland is renowned worldwide for its high-quality Irish alcohol. From Guinness to Bushmills Irish whiskey, Irish alcohol is enjoyed all over the world. 10 best Irish alcoholic drinks are Guinness, Orchard Thieves, Cool Swan, Bulmers, Dingle Gin, Jameson's Whiskey, Bushmills Whiskey, Murphy's Irish Stout, Tullamore Dew and Beamish Stout. count estimates that Ireland has more than 30,000 castle and castle remains. Scattered throughout the country, most of the medieval castles were built as defensive homes by the island's most powerful families. Unfortunately, most of the castles were abandoned and left to lie as ruins. However, many of the fortified palaces have been restored to their former glory and can be explored by visitors. Whether you want to seek out deserted countryside homes, kiss the Blarney Stone, get married in Ireland, or simply sleep in luxury. Most famous castles in Ireland are Dublin Castle, Dunluce Castle in County Antrim of Northern Ireland, Bunratty Castle in County Clare, the Rock of Cashel in County Tipperary, Blarney Castle in County Cork and Ashford Castle in County Mayo, Ireland. Although small in size, the country of Ireland offers an inordinate number of attractions, from natural wonders and monuments belonging to ancient eras through to impressive museums and galleries. St. Patrick's Cathedral, Ireland's largest church, is also one of the biggest tourist attractions in Dublin. In a well close to the cathedral, St. Patrick was believed to have baptized converts from paganism to Christianity. While this cathedral is replete with history, St. Patrick's is not, however, a museum. It's still very much a living building with services held every day of the year. Trinity College is Ireland's most prestigious college, and although its rivals at University College Dublin might dispute this, it's probably the best university in Ireland. But one thing not up for argument is the magnificent setting of Trinity. Many of its majestic buildings are hundreds of years old. The college was founded by England's Queen Elizabeth I in 1592. Architecturally at least, Trinity is way above its nearest rivals. For many people around the world, the Ring of Kerry Drive encapsulates their image of Ireland: ancient monuments, romantic castles, spectacular gardens and colourful towns and villages. The stunning scenery, dramatic coastline, charming locales and ancient archaeological treasures have been featured in postcards, film, poetry, and song. The most famous and breathtaking part of Ireland's craggy west coastline is the Cliffs of Moher area, which feature some of the most breathtaking views of the entire island. The cliffs stretch for almost 5 miles and rise up to 702 feet over the waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The amazing view from the cliffs includes the Aran Islands, Galway Bay, the 12 Pins and the Marmturk Mountains. The landscape and seascape of the Cliffs of Moher have, for centuries, welcomed a multitude of visitors. Close to 1 million people per year now travel to this iconic location. The Burren, which is formed by limestone karst plates, in other words, it's a great big rocky mass, is one of Ireland's most famous natural attractions. Described as a botanist's paradise, the Burren has one of the most diverse and beautiful floras in Ireland. 635 different plant species, including 22 of Ireland's 27 native orchids, have been recorded here. A trip to Galway would be incomplete without a visit to the Aran Islands, the collective name for the small islands, Inishmore, Inishman, and Inisheer. The mystical, frozen-in-time islands are famous for their preservation of a rural existence largely unchanged, at least culturally, over the centuries. There may be some electricity there these days, but the ways of the past are carefully preserved among locals who make their living much the same way their ancestors did. With its scene-stealing natural beauty and multitude of things to see and do, Ireland is a dream tourist destination. Ireland's stunning scenery and unspoiled areas are still its main attractions. Scenic places such as the Ring of Kerry, the Cliffs of Moher, and Galway's Connemara region continue to fill visitors with wonder, while unusual topographies like the Giant's Causeway and County Clare's the Burren Karst landscape have a magic all their own.